let's talk about first about the MCU Phase 4 and what ultimately we're sort of looking forward to, or what are we expecting
Right.
as both fans and as filmmakers
And critics.
and critics. Yeah,
And critics, I guess.
yeah. So what do you think? What do you think about the whole idea of them make first of all going to like TV format and having like mini
Hmm.
series instead of like diverging from the film path?
So I'm very positive about this shift. I think that they were probably already thinking about that for a while because there's already an episodic nature to it.
Yeah,
And thus, I think it makes a lot of sense for it to shift to a form of television.
mm,
I think it's perfectly fit for the stories they're trying to tell.
yeah. I think that the issue before is because most films like the Captain America and the Iron Mans and like the Thors of the universe had like sort of a much like sort of core aspect. So they had like it wasn't like because the TV show format it works with like with like characters who have like less screen time, if you will.
Right.
So it would be sort of it would be kind of like weird to have like Captain America 1, 2, and 3 be a whole series, seeing as
Mm,
he's already in like every single film. Same thing with Iron
right.
Man. Same thing with Thor. So I think like this way, like we got to see more of what's her name, Sharon, the granddaughter of Peggy. We got to see more of Falcon and Winter Soldier's background and sort of their personal issues. It's interesting how like each issues sort each mini series well as of late have been talking about a specific issue like in terms of real life where like
Yeah.
Winter Soldier and Falcon talks about racism and sort of extremist ideals and morals and such,
Yeah.
and whereas One Division talks more about sort of mental health and sort of grievance and
Right.
trying to move on.
Coping.
Yeah, so I feel it's quite interesting how this TV format allows for a much deeper understanding of the characters and
Yeah. I think,
less blockbuster.
yeah, exactly. I think it's tailored to the serialized nature of these characters. And I
Mm,
think it allows their character evolution to be more clear from episode to episode, and it draws you in a bit like a lot of older comics that had the pacing of basically serialized television.
yeah.
So I think it works in adapting and or telling new stories with these characters
Mm,
that feel true to what these characters are and what they can become.
yeah. Also, like the fact that now with a series format, we could actually sort of introduce different aspects of the MC world,
Right.
such as the whole was it? Oh, I forgot the city's name. Where the power,
Madripoor?
yeah, Madripoor. There we go. Where it has a little tie to the X-Men world and
Yeah.
Power Broker, which a different question. Who do you think a Power Broker is, or who do you suspect it is, or who do you want it to be?
Oh, who do I want it to be?
Because I suspect
Um,
Doom. I suspect Doom. I think.
I kind of would love it for it to be Doom.
Yeah.
Um,
Would make sense too because the Winter Soldier also has ties with Wakanda, and
yeah.
supposedly Doom will appear in Black Panther 2. That's what
Oh,
rumors are saying, but
well,
makes sense, you know.
yeah, it feels fitting. I feel like it would either be that or like this. They could introduce this character who's kind of not. He hasn't been introduced, but I feel like it would be easy to slip in, which is Mr. Sinister
Okay, I've heard
from
of it. I know. I
X-Men.
don't. I know the background of.
So he's basically this geneticist who's obsessed with playing with mutant genetics.
Oh,
He's some
interesting.
sort of eugenist trying to, create a perfect being, and he's trying to perfect himself. He keeps cloning himself to
Mm,
be better.
yeah.
So I feel like someone who messes with that type of stuff, I think it would be fitting for that character.
But I think the Power Broker is more like a sort of businessman type character. That's why I think Victor
Right,
fits
right.
perfect.
Well,
Always
the
like,
thing is, the character of Mr. Sinister is actually like a kind of wealthy businessman
Yeah,
who hides his shady things behind, but he acts as a businessman.
he's
Yeah.
like an evil Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. But yeah, I do think that Doom would be the best.
So,
Um,
so seeing as sort of low key, Wanda and what's her name, Falcon Winter Soldier are like the first three. Do you think those three are gonna be the new big three?
that would be cool. The
Makes sense.
problem with
It makes sense though because they're like sort of like the I guess
yeah, they're kind of the first like second gen.
yeah if
They're the first group. I would put in War Machine in that group though,
yeah
who does make an appearance.
yeah
But
But
yeah,
yeah
it makes sense. It makes sense. I do think that both Sam and Bucky have they're kind of interchangeable in that they're both kind of stand-ins for
yeah
Steve.
exactly yeah I was thinking they're sort of the because what's his name Sam is more the moral compass
Yeah,
whereas Bucky's literally the body, so that's why I feel like he's
yeah,
like
yeah.
they're the sort of two components of Steve, if you will, that are very
Exactly.
separated.
Sam is Steve Rogers, but Bucky is the super soldier.
Bucky's a Captain America.
Yeah, kinda.
Captain Falcon, man, let's go. Falcon punch.
Captain Falcon.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you make a Captain Falcon joke. I honestly wouldn't be surprised.